Hi, my name's Kaylee. I'm at Madison Square Garden. I just watched the Knights beat the Rangers in overtime, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. Now, you've ranked the logos in the NHL. I've ranked the logos in the NHL. This is not a ranking video, okay? This is not a ranking video. I just decided to look through the NHL teams and look back into history a little bit and see what I thought was the best logo in each team's history.
Okay.
And then show that logo for every team. So I'm going to go through all 31 teams. Now, some teams have only used one logo, kind of. My rules here was that the logo had to appear on the front of a jersey.
Okay.
So in Vegas's instance, they have this, I'm not sure if it's on here or not, but their secondary logo is kind of like a sword going down and then two crossed things or whatever.
Yeah. So this won't be something that's on the shoulder.
Exactly.
Or, okay.
Yeah, but the criteria was at one point in time, it had to be on the front of a jersey, whether it was in 1940 or in 2010. It doesn't really matter when it was, as long as it was on a jersey at some point in time. Okay?
Right.
So that's fair?
I'm down, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go through all the teams. They're in alphabetical order. Like I said, not ranked. Just
no ranking.
No, it's not ranked. In alphabetical order as far as abbreviations go. You're going to have a completely different list than I am with different logos that you like more than me. It's a subjective process. Yours would be different, so no need to get upset. This is just my personal list. Okay?
And the fact we have to explain this each time is a little bit of a torture, but we understand.
You all set?
I'm all set. Let's do this.
As far as the alphabet goes, A comes first. Anaheim.
Anaheim.
That's in abbreviations. Anaheim is what comes first here. So I've picked pretty much the original Anaheim Mighty Ducks logo. This is, I would say, by far the most popular Anaheim Ducks logo in their franchise. You don't like it.
I don't like it.
Which is just, I don't even know. I don't even have words. I have no words.
Hockey to me is a serious game, and this is a cartoon.
He looks pissed.
It's a cartoon. I'm sorry. It's a cartoon. It's a toy. Disney made a hockey team and injected Disney things into it, and that's what we have here. I'm okay. I'm not angry at them. It's not my favorite team, so I don't have anything invested. No emotions invested in it. I just don't like it.
Okay, and you're allowed to not like it. I just completely disagree.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Arizona, or ARI, and this was pretty much their original logo. It's just different. Like it's just complete. Their current logo, I like it a lot. They did a really good job with it, but this is just nostalgic for me. It's just completely different than anything else. It pays homage to their state and their surroundings in that area. It's just cool. It is completely two-dimensional, and it's not that impressive artistically, but it's
a mess. I'll just say it. It's a hot mess.
It's busy.
I don't hate it, but it was drawn by somebody with one eye, and that one eye wasn't working very well.
Well, this guy's got one eye because he's got half of a mask on. So.
I was at a Christmas party a couple of days ago, and one of the tasks was to blindfold a representative from each table and have them go up to a piece of paper, like a flip chart paper, with a marker, and then while they're now blindfolded and feeling their way to the paper, they're asked to draw things. Snowman, kids beside the snowman, a little dog, draw the snow, put the carrot for the nose and the coal for the eyes.
Okay.
So they're doing all this, and they're getting instructions as they go, so they don't prepare ahead of time. And the best one that had the most coordinated-looking drawing won. They had a team of judges that judged these things.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like this is from there.
Oh. I thought there was more to the story where someone drew something kind of like this, or...
well, it was close.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the story runs out of gas, just like that logo did.
Oh. Well done. Okay. I still like it. Not number 3. This isn't ranked. I am so used to ranking things. It's not number 3. It's next.
Why is it number 3, Neil?
Boston.
Why is it number 3? How come it's the third one?
Yeah. Boston BOS, and they used this, I think, as a secondary logo on their second jersey for a while, and then it was their main jersey for a little bit, and then it kind of went back to their secondary jersey. Of all the Boston logos, this is definitely my favorite. I'm not a big fan of the spoked wheel. I never have been.
I agree with you. I'm not a big fan of the stylized B. This is really old school, but it stands the test of time.
It does, yeah.
And it looks nicely vintage. This is a real callback to the history of the team. I think they used this in the 30s.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I think so. Or something that looked a little bit like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But of all the Boston logos I've seen, this would have to be the least hurtful of them.
Canadiens fan.
Yeah, we're Canadiens fan.
But
I'm not going to pretend I like any Boston logo. But actually, I do
I do too,
think
yeah.
that's the best of the bunch.
Really
No
nice.
question. Yeah.
Next is Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
And they used this on a jersey in 05 and 06 that season. And
I love this.
Yeah, it's awesome. The detail of the Sabres there is really cool. It's simple. It's not complicated. It's not a buffalo with things going below and above, and it's just, I don't know, it's just simple. It's
not a slug.
No, it's not a slug. It's not a banana slug. Although I almost chose that.
Yeah.
Because I do like the banana slug, but
That's good. That's very nice.
I like the colors here too. I really like the black and the red when they were using that color scheme versus the blue and the yellow now, even though I still do really like that, but that's it for me.
Right on.
Carolina is next, and this is their new third jersey logo. And I like, this is kind of it's not the exact same as the one before. It's new because they added the other warning flag at the bottom, but it's very similar, and I like the previous one. But this is just to me, it's just better. I don't like, I have no reason that this is better than the previous one, but I like it more. It's not as, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just like it more.
I've seen this, and from a distance, to me, it looks like a B.
Yeah, it does look like a V.
Looks like the top half and the bottom half of a B flying off a hockey stick. I know what a hurricane flag looks like. Duh. But it doesn't work for me. But
I don't know. It looks more natural than the other one. Like, because the other one just had the one flag. I just think that this is a bit more complete, and I don't really know how to explain what I'm thinking other than that. It's just,
you don't need a reason.
That's my favorite. Whatever. Columbus is next. It's their current logo. We've talked about it in the past and how much we like it. So
yeah, it's very nice.
They've pretty much only used this one other than their original one. There was another one they used with a cannon on it. It had a circle and font around it. Not a big fan of that one. That's the one I like.
That's very nice.
Calgary, it's not their current logo, their original logo, because their current logo has I believe a black outline instead of a yellow outline. This is on their third jersey this year.
All right.
Which is the throwback to their original. Anyways, this is the one I like.
Try to keep up, folks.
Yeah. Chicago's next. Chicago's had a lot of iterations of their logo, very similar to this, but the original one had a frown. This one they changed it to a smile. The feathers, I think, on the headpiece there were different in the original one. I think there's like 7 or 8 different versions of this. This is the current one. It's the one I like the most. Yeah, it's a classic, timeless logo.
Right on.
Colorado.
I knew.
Heck yeah. That's like my favorite logo ever.
Yeah.
So, big thumbs up for that. That's
cool.
You guys knew that.
Yeah.
Dallas is next. Dallas did a really good job a couple years ago rebranding their entire franchise. New jerseys, new logo, pretty much everything other than the color scheme they changed. This is, I think, one of the best sports logos out there. They did an awesome job. So
Cool.
Detroit is next. Detroit's never really used any kind of different logo other than this. A few different iterations of this. That's the current one. They had that D for a while.
I really like that.
They won a classic game, I think, against Toronto, maybe. That's a nice jersey, but if you just stick the logo, which is just the D, it just doesn't look right. It needs to be on that jersey.
I agree, and I don't think I would have agreed if you hadn't explained it that way. I love that other jersey of all the Detroit gear. I like that the best. But logo by itself, this is it. So I agree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Edmonton is next, and I'm probably going to get a little bit of hate for this, but because I know a lot of people actually don't like this logo and didn't like when it was used, but I was always a big fan of this Edmonton experimentation in the 2000s. I wish they had kept it. I like this way more than the current Edmonton logo.
I'm not crazy about the current Edmonton logo, but I like that even less.
Really? Why?
It looks like a meteor.
Good.
Okay. Well, if they were called the Edmonton Meteors, I'd probably be fine with it.
Meteors are scary.
I don't see what that really has to do. I get there's an industrial cog and wheel, and there's a drop of oil in the middle.
Yeah.
But I don't get it. I think it misses the mark on trying to link a new logo with the team name.
Okay.
Just saying.
Florida is next. It is the original Florida Panthers logo. When I grew up playing hockey, first started playing hockey, we were called the Panthers. That was our team name. We used this logo on the jersey. So, I mean, I've literally been wearing this logo since a child. So, I love it. I can't believe that Florida has a new logo now. Other than that, it's just mind blowing because that is one of the best logos in professional sports. So, anyway.
The tiny legs are a little creepy, but it's all right.
It's called perspective.
Yeah, I know.
The Los Angeles Kings.
Really?
Yeah, this is classic. This is so nostalgic. It's not pretty by any means. It's completely two-dimensional. The colors are iffy. It's simple, but it's like 90s. You get the 90s feel. 93. You should remember that specifically.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Fondly.
I like this. It's just classic. Sometimes you just need to choose a classic logo. Minnesota. I've said a couple times in this video that this is one of the nicest logos in professional sports. This is probably the nicest logo in all of professional sports. Like, this is probably number one. It's awesome. It's so well done. The colors are great. I don't think Minnesota could ever create another logo that would be better than that.
That is magnificent, no question.
Montreal's next. Now, this image has to be done this way because this logo is only used on a very specific jersey, which is from 1944 or something like that. They used it in a whatever game. But I like I like this classic logo. It's just, I know you're going to disagree. You probably like a different Montreal Canadiens logo, and there's been like 12 different versions, but I like this one the best. It's simple. It's different. I've seen the same current Montreal Canadiens logo forever. I want something new, and I guess
that's my thing. I'm partial to the newest one, which really has been very minor changes since probably the 40s. And then even selectively back then prior to that, I'm content with the new one, or with the current modern one, which is, I agree with you, it's been in use forever. But it's not just a hockey team, it's an institution, and you don't monkey with that lightly. So
not lightly, but
yeah.
Come on. New Jersey is next. This is the original New Jersey Devils logo. We get that bit of green in there. This is another one that's probably going to get me a little bit of hate, and that's okay. But I liked the Devils jersey with the bit of green in it. I know it's ugly, but it's just different. It's in your face, and it's classic. Reminds me of the 90s.
I always thought when I see this, I think of somebody reclining with one leg up in the air, like sitting back in a lawn chair and just taking it easy.
Like on Titanic when...
yeah, maybe.
When, what's his face paints?
Jack...
what's...
Anyway.
What's it? Kate something, I think.
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet,
is the actress.
Yeah. Nashville. And an absolutely incredible logo.
Yeah.
They've had a couple different versions of this. One of them looked like it had a bit of a shine to it, and it was more blue. This is my favorite. This is the current one, so
very
hope
good.
They don't change it.
I'm cool with that.
Here comes the logo that is the Islanders. Here comes the one that's going to get a lot of hate down in the comments.
Me mateys, it's Captain Highliner, the captain of the New York Islanders. You ever been to sea, Billy?
I know so many people who dislike this, and just not even just dislike, hate this logo. So I know that I'm in the minority here, and I'm okay with that.
I'll tell you why I hate it.
What's wrong with it?
It's...
Exactly. You don't have a good reason.
I have so many reasons, I can't think of which one to pick first.
Well, pick 8 and tell me.
It's...
Exactly. It's awesome.
It's not a map. Reason number 1, it's not a map of Long Island.
So, what other logo has a map on it?
If you ever had a logo that had a map on it, no other logo will ever be as good.
Just because you like maps.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with this one?
Everything. It's not serious. It's not a serious logo.
Look, he's pissed.
What's he pissed about?
He's in net.
Someone cut me lobster traps. He's talking out of one side of his mouth. He's got a hockey stick. He's a fisherman, which has nothing to do with hockey. It doesn't work.
It has to do with the location, though.
Not necessarily.
You don't think there's fishermen in...
Oh, there's all kinds.
Exactly.
You can't get a sailboat edgewise out Montauk Point. All the fishing boats going out there. But Long Island is known for a lot more than fish.
Okay.
Probably fish would be down the list quite a ways.
Okay. What's number one?
It would be the status of a bedroom community from New York City, the Hamptons, the LIE, the LIRR, EIEIO.
Want a picture of a bed on there?
No, we're not going anywhere with this, I guess.
Okay.
It's your show.
Next.
Good thing it is.
The Rangers.
I like this, actually.
I know. I can't believe that they stopped using this. They used this in, I think, the early 2000s or late 90s. I can't remember exactly the year span here, but I was so disappointed when they took this away. It was I thought it was one of the nicest logos in the NHL at the time. It's completely, like, it just speaks to New York. The most iconic figure in New York outside of the Empire State Building is probably Statue of Liberty.
The fact it was made in France, we'll just overlook that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But
no, it's beautiful.
They've incorporated it great in here, so
yeah,
really disappointed that they don't use this anymore. Ottawa is next. You don't like the current...
I don't like the current one, so if I have to choose between the two of them, I guess I'm going to choose...
What about the original Ottawa Senators?
Remind me what it looked like.
It was more like face on. The current one's kind of like this, a little more three-dimensional. But
if he had a helmet and he's actually a gladiator and not a senator, I wouldn't like it. Because the Ottawa Senators don't have a picture of a senator, which should be some fat guy in a robe.
Yeah, but what about... People have argued this in the comments that you're wrong.
No, I don't care. I don't care. I've never seen a photograph of the Roman Senate meeting where everyone's got a helmet on like a gladiator. Okay. Sorry. I've never seen that. If you have a photograph, like from the New York Times or the Rome Post-Intelligencer, send it our way. I'll look it over.
Now, this specific logo that you see here is not the exact logo that's on the jersey. This is the one that's on their arm patch, but the one that's on their jersey is very similar to this because it has the stripes in behind it. Okay. So I couldn't find a good picture of that, so this is the best representation of that. But I just think it's classic. It's just simple. It looks good on a jersey. That's what it comes down to for me. That's why it's my favorite.
All right.
Philadelphia, and this is their 50th anniversary logo, I think.
It is, but they're actually in their 51st year now.
Yeah.
So their 50th anniversary of their taking to the ice as a team would be in the fall of 2017.
Yeah, I think this is it. This might be it. If it's not it, it's close. I can't remember specifically where this logo came from, but I know it's close. It might have been part of a third jersey or something, but right. I don't know. It's just different. I like that little bit of off-white. It's got a bit of a classic feel to it. So.
All right.
The original. No, not the original. The original for me, because I grew up in the 90s, so I wasn't born when Pittsburgh entered with a different logo, their original logo, but to me this is the original Pittsburgh logo, and it's the one they've no, I can't say they've had the most success with, because that's not true, but they won 2 cups in the early 90s with this logo. Lemieux,
and 3 since then.
Jagger. Yeah. This is completely Pittsburgh. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's just classic to me. When I think Pittsburgh, I do think of this logo. I think of the old school 90s team, and that's why it's my favorite.
Cool.
San Jose Sharks. Heck yeah. How do you not like this? Okay, we've had this conversation before. We're not going to have it again.
From a distance, it looks like a bug on a windshield.
A bug on a windshield?
A bug that landed on a windshield, and all you just see is a splat, and there's pieces of the bug radiating out in different directions. That's what that looks like.
That is insulting.
Sorry.
And I am offended.
Sorry to hurt your butt.
I absolutely love this logo. It's the current logo of the San Jose Sharks. Next is the St. Louis Blues. This is what they've used, I think, in their original, or very close to original.
Looks very familiar.
For their team back in, whatever year they came in, 67 or 68
yeah.
or whatever. And then they use this on their third jersey, the one that looks like their Winter Classic jersey from years ago, my favorite.
All right.
Tampa Bay is next, and this is their second original. I think they had a logo before this one, and then this one came just after that one. I like this one the best. They've all been pretty similar, to be honest.
They have.
The current one is a much more simpler version of this.
The two different fonts. I think the lightning bolt's very cool. The two different fonts and the way they're just stuck on the logo there looks very unimaginative to me.
Yeah,
but
you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of any of their stuff, frankly. Like their
I agree.
logos,
Me too.
color scheme stuff.
There's so much potential there. It's lightning.
You could do so much with
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Toronto is next. This is the Toronto logo that I've seen for the majority of my life. This is not completely 90s to me, just like the LA Kings logo that I chose. Kind of the same reason I chose this one. I've seen that one for the majority of my life, and it is Toronto to me. So.
It is. I'm more attached. Well, if I'm going to be attached to any Toronto logo, I really like the other one, or even the one more likely like that we're wearing now, with the contours of the inside of the leaf that you see, and they used that earlier too. This, it doesn't need to be said. It is a maple leaf. You don't need to say maple leafs because it's the picture of a maple leaf. Wrong color, but it's the picture of a maple leaf.
Yeah.
And do we really need to say that they're from Toronto? To me, it's just so redundant.
I guess. Yeah.
But I don't hate it. But I do like. I think the current logo and previous logos for the team have looked better than this one. But I don't hate it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Vancouver's next.
Oh, good grief.
Excuse me?
I said good grief.
You don't like this?
I hate this.
Why?
Because it's not the sideways hockey stick. That's why I hate it. Because that's the only logo that's any good.
Your reasoning is silly. You hate things because it's not something else.
You gonna fire me?
Maybe. You don't see look at the skate here. The skate is awesome. This is just again one of those classic '90s logos that
I like what they're trying to do.
You just don't like the color scheme.
That, and I really think that the other logo. I don't hate it, but when you have the choices of the other ones, and you've got the sideways hockey stick, why would you ever choose anything other than the sideways hockey stick?
Because this is better.
I'm done.
Agree to disagree.
I'm done.
Vegas Golden Knights are next. Literally only one choice here because this is the only logo that they've used so far as we're filming this. Maybe they'll have something in the future when you watch this.
And I think I recall you saying you're not a big fan of this.
I'm not a big fan of it.
I am. I really like it. Yeah.
I just think there's so much more potential there for it's just.
But
I don't know.
Knights have helmets, and that's a Knights helmet.
Yes.
So they're already beating Ottawa big time.
Right.
On the crossing over of jobs here.
Yes, I agree.
I really like. I like a shield. I really like a shield, and it just works.
The V in the helmet for
it's
Vegas
so great.
It's pretty smart.
Very, very well done. Smart folks.
Winnipeg is next, and this by far is my favorite Winnipeg Jets logo. It's not the original logo, but it's the secondary logo they used a couple years ago on a jersey, which was a throwback to the original logo, I think. Anyways, it's just classic to me.
Yeah.
So
it looks
I
good.
like it. And finally, the last team, the Washington Capitals, the Flying Eagle, which they used in the 90s. You noticing a trend here? Grew up in the 90s. So I think this was late 90s, early 2000s that they used this. And this is just, I don't know, it was just so different. Like the color combination of just the weird like faded copper and that blue, that kind of ocean blue. I thought it was great.
Now, I know I've seen the Capitol building. Have they ever used that in the center of their jersey?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Because if they had,
that's a very nice.
I would be pointing towards that.
That's a very nice logo.
But I accept your recollection there because it would be way better than mine.
I do not like the current Washington
Not
Capitals.
a fan.
It's, in my opinion, the worst logo in the NHL. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all the teams.
Cool.
Thanks for disagreeing with me and agreeing with me on a couple of things.
Happy to disagree as necessary.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be lots of agreement and disagreement down in the comment section as well. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments how you feel about my decisions here. If you disagree, please be respectful and try not to insult me too much. We are hockey fans, both you and I, and we can get along, so play nice. And play nice with everyone else in the comments as well. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you could subscribe, that would be awesome. If you could like this video too, that would be awesome as well. And we'll see you in the next video. Adios.